Hi, so this is a tutorial for Mafia, but there's actually Limbox's tutorial from 2019, and this is just extension of it. It's by no means by Limbox. This is not how he would probably do it, but I just want to put all the new strats in one new video and show you how it's done. Now I'll just show you the differences. So that's all I'm gonna do. So first thing I'm gonna show you is the setup. You probably know this already, but there's a setting that you need to change, and there's the multipass rendering. You want it to be like, these are things that you can, if you check multipass rendering, you cannot check this. So this will actually cause all the cars to not be shiny, but it doesn't matter. Enabling the multipass rendering will actually give you less crashes, and there's especially one that is very important that crashes very often if this is not enabled, and there's also one in Freeride Extreme that crashes like that, but it in general reduces crashes. The next thing I want to mention is FPS cap. If your game is not running at stable 63 FPS, then it's going to be a problem, because you won't be able to clip, or it will be too hard. So for that reason, there's another video on my channel for setting up RTSs for capping your FPS. And I guess we can just get into it. So I will go mission by mission. Offer you can refuse is exactly the same, as well as Running Man. In Running Man there's one different clip, just watch a run of it. I'm not gonna demonstrate it here. That's not that important, but it takes about the same time. It's not really necessary. The only thing I will mention here is many new players actually charge the punch. The reason why we do that is just to have a visual setup. For example, align the meter to the punch meter to something, and then you can clip by knowing the exact position. But you can just do, but once you have the setup, you can just do a light punch and you don't have to charge it anymore. So that's one thing I will mention. Molotov cocktail is exactly the same. There's no difference at all. Then there's ordinary routine. That is exactly the same except for Metal Clark. You can do the regular strat where you just stand about here and shoot the window right here, I think. I'm not sure if it's here or here. I guess here. Then there's also another strat where you can just fast shoot it with the reload glitch. I personally don't like doing that because I'm not accurate enough with it. But what you can also do is you can stay about here, like in this angle, roll, hide the gun, press W, this will clip you through, and then you can just kill him normally. So there is the first difference. Then we have Fairplay. Fairplay is mostly the same except for a couple of things. So I will show you the first one. There's actually two ways how to do it. So you go to Ralph and you talk to him, and what I'm going to be doing here is after I finish talking with Ralph, I will enter this car and I will wait for Ralph to get here, and I will park the car. I will just take the car then, and I will park it like this, and once I arrive here, the cutscene will trigger and I will be still in the car, so that is a bit faster. And there's also another way how to do it, and that is if you are faster than Ralph, you can actually park it right here, and while he is about to start talking, you can hold W, and the car will end up like crashing into this, and then you are much closer to the exit. I will demonstrate the first one because I think the second one is a bit more inconsistent. I don't actually recommend doing it because it's kind of it kind of blocks Ralph, and it's not that big of a time save because you need to fix the car anyway, like by going backwards and fixing the position. So I will just show the normal way we do it now. And feel free to just skip this talking part and wait until I am in the car. I won't be saying anything here.
Bertone, c'est dans Newark sous le pont de Giuliano. Il y jettera un coup d'œil et il la déréglera un peu. Après, tu la ramènes.
Ça m'a l'air d'être du tout cuit.
Mais il faut que t'aies fini le boulot avant 1h15 du mat, quand il change de garde. Et il faut que personne sache qu'on a sorti la bagnole la nuit. Alors faut pas l'abîmer du tout, cette caisse. Et puis il faut aussi éviter les poulets. Alors te fais pas arrêter, hein.
Et comment je vais là-bas?
Okay, so now I'm walking to the car. I'm not pushing Ralph at all. I'm starting the car. You don't have to open the inventory. That is actually slower. The reason why I did it was because I had wrong bindings. Okay, this is not the way you do it, but so as you can see, Ralph is here, and you can just go backwards, and this will do this. And after this talk with Ralphy ends, you can just drive normally. The car is already started, and you can notice that Tom is rotated at this point. This is a good thing. You don't want to fix this, because when you arrive at Bobby in front of the gate, when you get out, you will actually get from to the other side. So you just go like this to Bobby. You are just closer to him. Also, don't crash into the pole at Bobby, like never, because even if you survive it, it usually damages the car and it ends up being slower. So that's one thing to remember. Next thing in Fairplay is actually getting to Ralph, to Bobby. Once you get here, like when you're waiting for Bobby to trigger to open the door, you can actually be charging a punch, get like in front of him while he's opening this, and when the cutscene triggers, like when he starts talking with you, it will actually punch him. That is what you want to do. If you fail to do that, because it sometimes fails, then what you want to do is after this, just punch him and enter the car. The reason you want to do this is because when you return, you will actually do this thing. So important thing when you are returning from Bertone is you will just go there, and you want to stop as fast as possible. So ideally you want to do a little crash into the wall, and that will make Bobby slide a bit, and it will skip one of his dialogues, so it is a bit faster. And then last thing in Fairplay that is worth mentioning is when you arrive at Bertone, you actually should wait for this line to appear, for the checkpoint was made or something like that, and you want to reload the checkpoint. So you would press escape, arrow down, enter, enter. It will reload the Bertone mission, or the save at Bertone. And then you don't want to do this and then that. This is slower. What you want to do is is hold backwards and then the left steering secondary key. So it looks like this. And it will rotate you like properly and it doesn't lose your speed. That's just a minor optimization. And the reason why you need to reload is because then you're going to go... Why is my map not working? You're going to go through the left bridge that's on Central Island, the one that goes up and down. The reason is because after the reload, the bridge will almost always be down. I have not had it happen that it was up, and I have made really many runs. So that's very important. As long as you're fast, it shouldn't ever be up. So, and you don't even have to be that fast, to be honest. The next mission is, and that is all for Fairplay. The next mission is definitely Sarah, and that is very different. And it consists of two things. One is pushing Sarah. So here you just want to push Sarah to get her to as close as possible. So just keep jumping on her. That's it. And then second part is you will just run forward, do 3 fully charged punches anywhere, and then in the middle of the road you'll see where I'm doing it. You have to remember the spot. You will turn around to face Sarah roughly, and you will wait for your head to rotate. Once that happens, you can just rotate back and run to Sarah's apartment. But after a little while, you have to rotate your head again, so I will show that. If you want better explanation of this, definitely head to WRP Beater's channel, and he has a much better explanation. So I did 3 punches, it pretty much doesn't matter where you do them. Stick to the left side here, and at this pole, or whatever that is, in the middle of the road, rotate. Head turned, rotate. Head turned, rotate. Head turned, rotate. And if you want to be safe, you can just do that. If you just missed the head turn and you want to ride like this, and the trigger is instant. So there is almost no way to fail this. If you don't see his head turning, you can just walk backwards for a bit, and this almost never fails. So, but if you want better explanation, definitely head to WRP Beater's channel, and he has this covered very well. Then better get used to it. That is completely different, or not completely, but very different. So you will arrive at Biff, and you will skip his entire conversation actually. Of course, feel free to skip this drive. I will always try to tell you when to just skip time. I'm not going to be cutting this video, so this is really important that you skip ahead if I'm just driving, mostly. I will tell you when to watch and when not. So we want to park like that. You talk to Biff, enter the car and go. They need to be talking, that's important. If they're not talking and you had police or something, that's bad. If you now have police and they did talk, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. You can have policeman on yourself and that's fine. Even police car is fine. But of course they can't arrest you. Here you want to crash into this one, so that they stop faster. And you want to do the classic clip. You can do it even with baseball bat if the angle is right. It's this spot that you aim at. Roll, hide the weapon, hold D, that's it. Then you kill this one with baseball bat. And here, it's important, about in the middle of this wall, you aim at this grayish line. Roll, hide weapon, hold D. Here you aim at this one, and you're standing in the light area actually. I'll show it again. In the middle of the light area, you aim at this line. Roll, hide the weapon, D. Here, be careful. Just go through the most right path, because if you are close to them, they are going to follow you. So I just usually do this. It doesn't lose that much time. When I get here, in this corner, upload the weapon, aim at this line, hide the weapon, and face this wall and press S like a couple of times. And then you want to enter here, and you can see them shouting, so that means you did it well. Then you go into this corner. It's actually not going to allow you to go further. Aim at the barrel, roll, hide the weapon, D, and you are through. And then you just continue. And this is actually faster, because you are not waiting for the conversation, and this trigger is also instant. Then you continue as normal. So that is better, get used to it. Then there's horror, and horror is a bit different, but still kind of the same. So that is here. So you want to make sure that your space is bound to this key, and this is unbound. So you have to do this. Then there is going to be this guy. You want to go back to his back, take his shotgun, kill this guy, and now you will go into this left corner instead of the right one. You duck, aim at the middle of this, hide the weapon, double roll with pressing A and A again. You have enough time to do anything. Stop holding control and double tap A. You do about 2 of these, and then you enter settings. You can either do nothing and just exit, or you can rebind it back to normal jump. And when you get here, avoid like this area. You ideally want to jump on that, but that doesn't matter. You can just, whoa, you can just jump here. So again, just to explain how I did the window clip. I aimed at the spot that's in the middle. I ducked, hit the weapon, pressed A and A, like that. Then I stopped holding control, my mouse doesn't move at all, and then I pressed AA again. You have infinite amount of time to do that, so don't worry about that. And you need to have the Lupara. And then there's another thing on the rooftops, and that is parkour, which I'm very bad at, and I'm probably going to fail it, but that's fine. Fail it, I will just tell you how to do it in general. So you want to shoot that, and then you want to kind of jump on that, like first on this and then on that, which then looks like that, but it's kind of hard. It's very precise jump. You can help it with punch. If you time a punch properly, it actually jumps higher, but it's kind of hard to do it like in a good timing. So I don't know how to do it in general, but like I have done it a couple of times, but I personally skip it in my runs because it does save about maybe 15 seconds, but for me it's just not worth trying and trying. And you would go actually over the rooftops to the end. I'll try once more. Didn't work, so I'm gonna go here. And now there's priest, and that is a little bit different now. I want to have probably full ammo. I can take the medikit just to be sure, but you don't have to. And I will prepare the Lupara. I'll shoot this one, that one, this one. Then I shoot the one on the top with Colt. Oh my god, don't block me. Okay, and the last one is here. And I will do a roll, reload. I'm through. I wasn't fast enough, so they got out early. And I need to kill this one with shotgun, turn to the left side, kill the other guy with shotgun, and kill the rest. There's like two, like how it looks is you go here, kill one, go back, kill that one, go back, go back. Like you just have two on each side. I will not be showing that again. You can check it in the run. You'll actually see how it works when you try it yourself and when you're actually fast. And there's Omerta, and Omerta is completely different. So when you get into the city, you don't go to Biff or Tony, you go directly to Joe. And Joe is not spawned yet, but he is actually going to be spawned when we do one trick. I forgot to tell you to skip ahead until I'm at Joe's, but I might just add it under the video to... Oh, there's police car. I don't want to have police right now. So I will just park about here, quite close to Joe, and I will just walk in this direction or in that direction. It doesn't really matter, but now because there's police, that's kind of bad, and I need to steal any car that I can, of course, steal, and I will take it to this spot, and it's like the most right position of this. It's not that accurate here, in this case it doesn't really matter. You take it here, and you can just shoot it from this side with the Lupara, or from this side. What is it doing? Okay, I'm not quite sure what this animation was. but you enter the car and then you go directly to Frank. So yeah, damaging him is actually possible because he's pre-spawned here, but he's just invisible. But you cannot do it with shooting or with your car. You have to do it with an explosion. And then you just go to Ralph, and that's it. That's pretty much only difference for Omerta. But there's like one minor difference, and that is that instead of taking the truck, you arrive with the truck like about here, and then you unlock this, kill those guys, and when you are returning with the car, you will take actually the Falconer. It's a bit faster and it drifts a bit better. So that's for Omerta. Now, visiting rich people is completely different from like the villa is different, and the Vincenzo skip is a bit different. So I'm gonna explain first one thing, and that is, where is it? There's driving. I'll do here. So this is trip to the country, and you can go two ways. You can go through the Giuliano bridge or Terranova. Most people go through Terranova, some go through Giuliano. Giuliano is supposed to be faster, but it really depends. I suggest you to measure the times that these routes take you, and then figure out which one to use. And over time it will of course get better, so when you learn to drive a bit better, you should remeasure that for yourself. But definitely don't go by... Don't end up thinking that Lola uses this route, or any good runner uses this route, so you are going to use it. You have to measure it for yourself. That is very important for Terranova versus Giuliano Bridge. I almost always end up using Terranova if I'm going for for Salvatore, or I'm going in Trip to the Country, or even with Salieri, of course. That is definitely faster. In Trip to the Country also, when you are returning, definitely take Terranova, because you have slower car and that will not perform that well into the hill. So just test the times for yourself for every route that relates to Terranova Bridge or Giuliano. And we are going for the visiting rich people. So in the bar, you want to wait for the first line, and you will go left, and you will go directly to Vincenzo, and you will not be punching him. You will actually go to Vincenzo, click the table, and then you will jump from about this spot straight there into the load. And in the load, I suggest you to spam the space button to avoid fall damage. Click the table, turn around, jump, and I'm spamming the space button, and I go for the car. This is faster because you don't have to do this this route twice. Like, you go here, arrive with the car there, and then you go down and take the car, and you're starting the car like twice. And if you go from here, you will actually gain some speed, and if you like arrive with the car normally, you will of course be at zero speed, because you are going into a load. So that's very important. This saves a couple of seconds. And when you're at the villa, you want to enter the same way as in Landbox's tutorial. Just spam the right button. You wait for Salvatore to enter, and you will go through the right side. And there is a huge difference and this, and you will kill those two guys like this. You usually will kill them in, like, each of them in one blow, but unfortunately what happened to me was I got some bump here, some invisible wall or something, and you want to park it like about here, quite close to the door, and you have to take this shotgun. Ideally reload it. You can wait for a while for the mate to disappear from this room, and that will trigger the guards later. You go here, activate it when Salvatore arrives, and there might be, yeah, there will be a guard coming from here. If you wait for the mate properly, he will come a bit later, but now I did it right, so I can just enter here from the other seat. I open the inventory to avoid some damage while I'm starting the car, and I can go. And don't worry about gas. Once you enter this, your car will be repaired and you will not be losing gas anymore. So that's the new strat. It saves about 20 seconds or something. I'm not really sure about the time saves, so I'm not going to be mentioning them too much. Then there's Great Deal, and that is also very different. So right at the start you want to turn around and you'll go through this by a normal clip, reload clip, reload, hide the weapon. That's also one thing I didn't mention, and I don't think it's mentioned in the tutorials. If you reload in the clip and hide the weapon, your ammo stays the same. Then you want to explode that and that, and you want to aim at about this section of the car, like not in the exact front, but about this spot. You click back. And you go immediately upstairs. And these guys are triggered, so you want to kill that guy, this guy, and these two guys. Whoa. There's also invisible cars, so be careful about that. Then you will take 2 or 3 grenades. I will take 3 for the demonstration purposes. This strat is also better explained by Telatko, so go ahead and check his tutorial if you don't get anything about this. You want to charge the grenade fully, and you will get stuck in this position and align the left top corner of the damage of the charge bar with this little dot here, like you can see it on the left top side of the bar, and just release it. Take another grenade and lightly throw it forward, like about that. That was maybe too much. It probably was, and tight. And if it triggers, then it's fine. There should be a weapon here, 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 and here. That I believe is all the weapons. You can also the reason why I took the backup grenade was if any of those weapons were missing, I would just throw the grenade about there. And this grenade, you can actually take it as a backup as well, but I took the extra grenade because I will also be showing you the boosted car. So you can just run up. You probably want this line to be running because then Polly enters the car better. You don't need to shoot anyone, there's no one. And you just go here. Here, be careful if you're on low HP. There is a car about here. So you want to go to the left side. Just hold the left side all the time, because there's invisible cars. And if you did it this never happened to me, but whatever, that's interesting. Then you enter the load. And now you have two options. You can go by the truck, which is kind of dangerous because sometimes you get randomly, you get the car destroyed randomly. Like if you are like on the rails or something like that. But the way you should do it is you will go to the right side like this, and then you will just connect to Giuliano's bridge. That's basically the route. The reason why you don't go to the left, like it's in Limbox's tutorial, is just because it takes a bit longer for them to react if in this scenario, and they will also often get stuck, so they are not chasing you usually. And if they are, then be very careful. The second way to do this is the boosted car strat, which is about half minute slower if you're good, but measure it for yourself and consider the risks of using the truck. So when it loads, you want to hold the primary steering backwards and primary steering right and backwards. Then wait for a bit, just a little while, and go. You know that you did it right when they are entering immediately. If they are still going around, you are doing it wrong. And once you see that the car that is on the right side, or like right in front of you when you're driving here, is red on the map, on the radar, you will just reload it. It is usually the first car that pops up on the radar, like red. And then you reload the checkpoint. You will have to do just escape, arrow down, enter, enter. But I have to do it manually like this. And then you reload this, exit the car, and I will take the grenade, charge it, and I will throw it like this. I can hide as well, slow them down a bit by shooting. I did one thing wrong. I'll exactly tell you what I did wrong. But I don't see the policeman. Okay, he's here. Whoa, there's another one? Where is he? I am blind. Okay. There he is. So you want to throw the grenade about in this location. I hit this wall, so that didn't count. And this, also you cannot throw your grenade through this. There's invisible wall here. And when you kill all of them, they're not alive, you take this card. This is the one that's supposed to pop up on the radar as red. And once you enter it, you will be having a boosted car. And it drives much faster and it controls much better. So if I, for example, decide to flip it, it will usually get on the wheels and it starts really fast. It has a very good acceleration, it drives very well. So you can basically do mistakes, any mistakes you want. And even if you completely destroy it, the mission will not fail for you. So just want to prove it. I destroyed it and it doesn't matter. I just arrived with this to the garage. Okay. Next is You Lucky Bastard. The creme de la creme is not creme de la creme. Happy Birthday is exactly the same, as well as Bon Appetit. So what's different in You Lucky Bastard is fireworks, and that's really not difficult. When you're just supposed to take the bomb, you take it, and as in visiting rich people, you just jump down, spam the space button, and you go for the car. So that you don't have to go through the loading transition with car that resets your speed. Yeah, that's it. Then you have in You Lucky Bastard, after you plant the bomb, you actually want to you will get back to Salieri's bar, and you will be sitting in a car. Then you will reload the checkpoint, and when you do that, it's no, not this one. When you do that, you will actually restart the bridges, so you can go, as you can see, the central island. Instead of going to Giuliano bridge, you can go down the central island and go to the bridge that you go on in Running Man, and sometimes it's up, but if you're fast enough and have a little bit of luck, it should be down. If it's not down, I'm not sure how much time it loses, but if you want to be sure, then you can go to Giuliano bridge and not care about this. But the good thing about that is if the bridge is up, it's going to be down, or if it's down, it's going to be down even on the way back. And if you saw it going down, it's also going to be down, of course. And then in You Lucky Bastard, you have the port, and that is quite different as well. So you will enter the car, start it while having the inventory open. You can kill this guy or ignore him, that doesn't matter. You want to pull up your Colt, just put regular, that's normal. Shoot this thing. And when you arrive at the things, you will actually exit. Click this, click that. Throw away all your weapons. And take this Thompson. Don't get killed by that. And then you go just on foot. The cutscene will trigger, and you will kill a couple of guys. There's going to be one here. Whoa. There's going to be one on your left. Then you kill Sergio. Maybe they're going to be following you. So you want to aim on this box, the second row, and do a reload clip. Hide the weapon, and then you want to aim on this black spot, and you will do reload clip, but press W and it will clip you through. That's very important that you press W. And then you clip just like this, regular reload clip to the right side. And then you enter the load. And you don't have a car, of course, but you will get one about in this section. Usually there's a car here, and it pretty much doesn't matter what car it is as long as you can take it. And that's it for Lucky Bastard. And then there's election campaign, and that is very interesting. So instead of going to... No, this is not the part. Here. When you're entering... Okay, I don't have the save. Okay, I will do it differently. When you shoot that guy... So remember that there's no bullet drop, it works kind of different here. You want to aim below him. Jump down if you have enough HP. But this is just demonstration of something else actually. So when you're arriving, not when you're outside, you want to... Like, I arrived, parked the car, and I want to get in. So I click through by reloading. Of course, hide the weapon again. And you will have two options. There's... I believe this is the spot. And you can just tap W and fall here. Be careful, this is not solid, you will fall to the void. And then you can click through this. If you are too close, if you're too close to this, it can actually boost you to this part and you will fall through. So be careful about that. And the other way you can do it is you can see, I think it's this spot. Like about in the middle of this, you will jump in that direction. So I will show that. You have to kind of practice this. Yeah. Oh, that was too far, so a bit earlier. Be careful about that. And then you are here without losing any HP and it's a bit faster. Sometimes you still lose HP because you get like, you slide over that, but that's minor thing. And the way you deprison, if you lose any HP, the way you deprison is this. You don't necessarily have to do it, but it's safer. But it's not faster. I usually just throw away the Call Detective Special because it's in the way, and for the clips that we are going to be doing, it's kind of important that you have only 2 weapons. Whoa. You can prepare the sniper rifle, and you will walk in and back. You need to hear the guy talking. Go all the way to the end. Do a reload clip here. Just hold, hide the weapon of course. Hold D. Then you do a reload clip here. All reload clips are done parallel to the wall. You never do any angle. Then you kill this guy. He's not responding. And you pretty much don't need to care about these guys almost at all. So nobody should be able to damage you. Only that guy. And you just spam him to death. And then you do the rest. This is very easy. And you will be consistently getting over 40 HP, so you can easily then jump off that. There's no problem about that. And the final one that is different is just for relaxation. And there's a couple of things. So first one is the Ralph conversation skip. You want to jump on this, then jump over the fence. Go to Vincenzo. Click, roll down. And then you want to talk to Ralph. If he doesn't start talking, you failed it and you will have to walk inside. And that's kind of bad, because you have to wait for him to finish. But like this is the fastest way to do it. Another way to do it is this. You charge a punch, go in this corner, align the middle of the power meter with this. Roll to the right. And it didn't quit me. Maybe a bit more to the left. Yeah, a bit more to the left. Then you just want to trigger them by going a bit close to them. Talk to Vincenzo. Roll down. And talk to Ralph. They shouldn't be in the way. This is kind of unfortunate that this happened like that. And that was because I failed the clip the first time. So if you want to do this, it's a bit slower, but still worth. But you have to know the angle. I don't do the strat, so I didn't know the angle exactly. So a little bit more to the left than I was doing it the first time. And that's about it. And there's also an important thing about the stairs. You saw me roll them. It is kind of important. And I don't know where to demonstrate that actually. Oh, probably here. So when you're on the stairs, you can actually roll down. The way it's done is just pressing the D key and rolling, like with space. But it works a bit. It's a bit inconsistent. It depends how you do it. Like, for example, this is slow, as you can clearly see. This was fast. And it all depends on the angle and stuff like that. How I do it is I usually just walk right to on the first stair, look up, and then I roll. You can, if you do it from here, it will sometimes work, but you have to be very close to it, and it gets you a bit stuck. So I usually just go on the first stair and then I do the roll. And that was a bit slower. So this is usually faster to like have that. Definitely you cannot do it like this too consistently, but just try. Yeah, this is why it's not that consistent. But if you're aiming up, you're on the edge or on the railing, it will usually work like that. Some people do it on the other side. I don't really understand why. I don't really think it's faster because you look in a different way than normally, and sometimes you roll up, which is not good. And then you have the new clips, and just for relaxation. And there is almost the final thing that's here. So I will arrive as normally, and you don't have to clip with the Falconer. You should skip ahead here. I will actually put it in the chapters. Instead of doing some Falconer shenanigans, you will just go to the V and you will aim like, you can see this black dot. You aim in that angle, roll, hide the gun, press W, and you're through it. Then there's a bat kill. And you can do it by just taking the guy out. Don't move anywhere, just charge the baseball bat and aim at him. and it will just kill him. You don't need to go backwards or anything like that, which is what a lot of people do. And this will avoid the aggro import. And the final thing is the route. So basically what you are going to do here is you will go the regular way. I mean, you can also go through here, it's about the same speed. Oh, where am I going? Okay, definitely watch Lambox's tutorial for this and skip it. Just wait till I arrive to Polly and Sam.
Pour une fois, j'ai même pas eu besoin de la cavalerie.
Ouais, tu t'améliores. Bien joué, Tilmi. Sam s'occupe d'aller chercher Salieri. Nous deux, on amène le camion à l'entrepôt. Et on s'y retrouvera un peu plus tard.
If they arrive, you can take this shotgun and kill them. They didn't, so that's good. Or they will kill Sam. And
Okay,
you will
en route.
go through this route instead of going through Terranova or the bridge, Giuliano. We'll just go here. Something happened to these guys. Oh, they parked on this side. Well, and you just go through the opening bridge. And one thing that can happen with this strat is they can actually, the bridge can actually be down, so you can just turn left and go on the Terranova bridge. Not the tunnel, because that would be even slower. And you just go through this bridge and normally to the warehouse. So that was about it. There's probably not much that I wanted to mention. I think this should help you if you're completely new. It should just introduce you to all the new strats. Some of these things didn't have a video and weren't properly in any tutorial, so this is kind of for you if you just watched Lambox's tutorial and want to know how the new things are done. Except for that, it probably won't help you if you're new, if you're old player. But some things might be new to you as well. So that's about it, and that's all from me. Bye.